So I still get asked the question every single day, what sewing machine that I use in order to make my shoes. Now I made one in the past, but this is going to be an updated version, and this is pretty much the machine that I use. So first of all, it's a 29BL, as you can see right there. It also says the needle that I have to use, and that is a 135 by 17, and that's, you know, the full setup that I have right here. Now it is a long cylinder one. As you can see, it's not a post bed, it's just a long heavy duty industrial sewing machine. You got the wheel right here, as well as the foot down below. That's on the electric motor down here, brushless motor, but it's pretty much the machine that I use. As I said, industrial leather sewing machine. To work away on the back, go to the front. First of all, this is a cobbler shoe sewing machine, I guess, you know, industrial sewing machine, leather sewing machine. First of all, you got your wheel, you got your belt for the motor down below. Drop some pins, but I'll put that to the side. Now this is pretty much the manual version in order to get the needle up and down, way down there. We'll go to that later on. But down here as well, I've also talked about this many times. This is just a tension. You push it forward, you push it back, just like that. That is in order to tighten the bobbins, string the bobbins up with thread. We'll go back over here. First of all, let's look at the back. Back, you got yourself a wheel, you got yourself a belt, you got yourself a little tension right here. Now the tension is for the bobbins. You push that in place, so it is not in place. Now it's in place. I got this off eBay. It was like $7 or $8, very cheap. And you throw the bobbin on the end right there. And once that's there, it goes through the back tension back here. The thread goes out over here. You can see the bobbin spins, and there you go. You tighten your bobbin. Now I was having lots of problems with this at the beginning because I wasn't using this. I didn't know about this. I was using some other things. I had like a little bobbin winder that was something for a fabric one that goes from like Michael's or Joann's, and that thing kept on breaking. That wasn't working. This one's an industrial one. It's all metal, and it's definitely going to work perfect if you need to tighten your little bobbins. So from here, you got your base. Big old base going on. We got this little metal pole going out, and that's where the thread is coming through. You can see it goes all the way down into this tension right here. Push the tension back down, goes all the way through up here around this tension, goes up in this little hole. Now if you see, the arm goes up and down when the wheel turns, and it also does it with the pedal down below, but this is just a lot easier so we don't mess it up for the video. Now obviously you got the arm, the bobbin's in here, and you kind of slide that out, get that all going. We'll pull the needle up so that's not in the way, and pretty much this is the whole front of it. Another thing that I learned with messing with this machine is lighting. I got one light right here, I got one light right here. This is a magnetic one, so you could adjust it, has a bendable arm, so on and so forth. I also have an LED strip going along this, as you can see. Now I don't have it plugged in right now just because I'm not using it at the time, but I also have that light going on. Then I also have all the lights in the room on at the same time, so I got 1, 2, 3 lights focused on that, as well as the lights in the room. Now I have the lights off right now because we got the cool pink back there, cool stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I do recommend. I think this is like $7 or so on Amazon, and it's definitely worth it. This strip is like $3 or $4, definitely worth it. Just getting a small lamp, you know, this is like a cheap $10 lamp from Amazon with a bulb in it. Very cheap, simple. You definitely want a lot of lighting though, because you want to see the threads and stitches that you're doing. But also make sure to become a member today in order to get entered into winning a free Air Jordan 1 pattern of your size, your choice. But let's keep going. So we're looking at the front right here. If I pull this out, you got the bobbin on the inside. Sometimes you got to use your fingernails in order to get it out, but that's where the bobbin goes. This is a bobbin right here. As you can see, it's actually empty, so I have no more bobbin in there. But this is where the bobbin goes. Now you just turn it around. As you hear, it clicks right in. You can pull it right out. Now in the past video, I kind of talked about the foot and the needle. The needle, you just have to have the flat part facing that way, the round part facing that way, and you also have to put the thread through the loop down there, the little hole, but that's not too bad of a problem to worry about. But pretty much this is it. Direction, you got your tightness down here, you got some tensions up here as well. So we're looking at the front. This is just like a default tension. I don't use it, but that's what's on the machine. If you have like a different setup, you could put it around this little pipe right here, go through the tension and up to the second tension. I had that at first, but it just doesn't work, you know, as well as you want it to be. So then I was only using the top tension. So as you can see, looking up here, this is a tension that I use. The thread goes around this pole, through the tension, around the little loop right there, up to the top up here, and then down through this little cylinder right here, and that's what leads down to the needle at the bottom. I covered this with tape because the thread kept on getting like caught on this piece of metal for some odd reason, so I just put a piece of tape on it. Now it doesn't get caught on that anymore and doesn't rip the thread. So this is pretty much the setup. Now this thingy, you spin it, and that's pretty much the tension on the thread that you need. So you have to adjust that every single time that you use it at the very beginning until you get it at a part where you're like, okay, I'm comfortable with this, you know, tension, and then you leave it there. You don't touch it forever. You leave it there and it's perfectly fine. And you might be wondering how to get your thread down there. Now most sewing machines will come with this little thingy, and all you do is you kind of catch the thread and then you push it down the hole in there, and well, that's pretty much just guides the thread down to the bottom in order to get your thread to the needle. And a big thing about the machines, you got that red hole, you got those two red holes, you got some right here, and you also got some in other places, but you pretty much have to lube those up, oil them up every single day, or else your machine's pretty much gonna fail. It's gonna mess up. It's not gonna work as smoothly as you want it to, and you don't want to do that because these are very expensive. First of all, the first thing that I've learned with using this machine over time is take your time. Don't rush anything, because if you rush this machine, it'll fight back with you. If you just take your time, you know, kind of go through it and make it perfect, make it right, then it will work with you and it'll help you out. But you know, if you rush things, it just won't come out as good as you want it to be, and you'll also make mistakes and have to go back and fix them. But for the most part, it's really nice. You got a nice hand crank. I have a nice little setup over here for the tension. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know if you learned anything from this kind of overview. I haven't really changed anything on this machine. If anything, I might have added some stickers, but you still got the flat board right here. You got the engine down here. I told you the needles 135/17. It's a Conso 29BL. That's the question that I get asked mostly. Also, as I said, one thing that I've learned is just take your time with this. You don't want to rush it. If you rush it, then you're gonna mess up. But if you take your time, this thing's gonna work for you. It's really nice. Also, don't forget to lube it up, oil it up, maintain it, take care of it. That's where people mess up. That's where people go wrong. Also, if you want a cheaper one, just go on Facebook Marketplace. They might be broken, might be used, whatever, but if you can find a good one, you get a really good price. But this is a Conso 29BL. But thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my other videos. Let me know if you learned anything from this. Let me know what machine you use. I'll put some links down in the description and like what type of sewing machines I recommend or which ones you could use, stuff like that. Also, if you want to make your own shoes, check out my online shoemaking course down below, as well as become a member today in order to win a free Air Jordan 1 pattern. But thanks for watching and have a great day.